Well, it's Tech for Hire. I believe he's going to bore us again with his bullshit.
Hey YouTube, Tech for Hire here. How's it going? It's a lovely day in the neighborhood, I'd say, but if you guys haven't tried these yet, you gotta do it. They're freaking awesome. Anyways, what are we doing here today? Well, as you can see, I got my Nuviz heads-up display. That is this unit here. So you might be asking yourself, why the hell did I get it? Well, let's look at my previous setup, okay? We'll set this guy off to the side, and this one as well. This is my current setup. So when you see me doing moto vlogs, riding around, doing anything, it's with this setup, okay? That requires this big honking unit on the front of my helmet here, and basically all it does is that's my video and my audio. My audio connects into the Cena here, and unfortunately with this setup, exactly set up the way it is, when I try to do, when I do my moto vlogs, I can only do audio through the GoPro. I can't actually do audio through the Cena. Now, the reason why you would get the Cena is so you can communicate with other riders if you're riding in a group, connect it to your cell phone so that way you can listen to music, also answer, send and receive telephone calls all by clicking on the Cena on the side. Unfortunately, with this setup, with this GoPro, I can't do that. This GoPro has a piggyback on the back unit to allow it to send audio to the Cena. That way I don't have to run two microphones. So it's kind of a wonky setup, and I don't really care for it all that much. So what are your options? If you want to go out and spend, well, correction. You could have, if they actually went into fruition, is spent $1,000 or $1,200 on a Scully helmet. Well, Scully helmets didn't actually happen. And if you don't know what a Scully helmet is, right there, that's what a Scully helmet is. They're a really great idea. You would have an integrated camera, integrated audio, integrated Bluetooth, all into your helmet. You had a rear camera, a front camera, but unfortunately, I don't know specifically what happened to this company, but from what I understand, some shady shit went on, and they took a bunch of people's money, never refunded it, never sent product. So I'm kind of glad I didn't buy that thing. I almost did though. So what's my option? I can keep this setup, but as you've seen, I've complained in some other videos where I will do a video, I will do a moto vlog, I will do a long ride, talk a bunch of times, and then there's no audio. And that's because the piggyback unit on here didn't connect to the Bluetooth on the Cena, and it didn't work. So I don't find that out until I get to my destination. I go to upload the YouTube video and the crap doesn't work. There's nothing more frustrating than spending a half an hour talking about something that you may or may not feel is important, or say I'm being really witty that day and I find myself extremely funny and I want to share it with you guys. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't come through. So the only thing that I can do with this setup is to get rid of this piggyback unit and run a microphone from the GoPro into the bottom connection here. But that means I would be running two microphones. So if you've ever dealt with anything audio related and you run two microphones, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get feedback. So I don't want to mess with all that stuff. So I'm ditching that concept. I'm getting rid of it. So what am I going to do? That's what I did here. So I got the Nuviz. It's called, you can go to the website, it's Ride Nuviz. I'm not being paid by them. I'm not being sponsored by them. I haven't even plugged this in yet. This could absolutely suck, but I've read a lot of reviews. I've seen a lot of different videos on this so far. I'm really impressed. So what do you actually get with this? Well, first things first. has a camera built into the front. So the camera's built in automatically to this, so I don't have to run a GoPro, okay? So that's number one. Number two, it has audio that's built in. So if you're recording a video, you can actually speak into the headset, and guess what? Your audio goes through to the video. It's all one piece. Now, the other thing that's nice about this is it has built-in Bluetooth. So you can connect this to your phone. So guess what? You can use your maps with your phone. You can use your Bluetooth music with your phone. You can send and receive calls all with this one unit, okay? All of those things are exactly what I wanted with this unit, but I didn't get. So what's the other option? What's the other big deal? Well, if you look at this piece here, try to push this closer to you. You see this piece here? What this actually does is take a little bit of data and sends it to your visor. It's actually, if it's kind of hard to see here, but you basically have a little piece of reflective material. So you have a video screen here, which projects it to this little reflective part and puts it onto your visor here. So essentially, what you're getting is you are getting, I shouldn't say essentially, you are getting a heads-up display. So this is going to attach to your side of your helmet. Say here, you're going to have off to the side of your vision, kind of off to the side here, you're going to have a little display. You can display your speed, you can display a map, you can display a bunch of different things. Now, obviously, the dangers of doing some of these things, like having a display right off to the side of your face, is you're going to get distracted. But I find myself with this setup getting even more distracted because I'm clicking on it, trying to answer phone messages, trying to click on buttons, and it doesn't frickin' work. Now, one thing is I could be extremely stupid and not know what I'm doing. That's a valid point, and you know what? You might be right. But I do have technical difficulties when I do audio. That's my biggest problem. I don't want to deal with that anymore. So with this, I get the best of both worlds. Not only that, I don't have to have my phone mounted on the handlebars, so I get a map. I can actually get the map right here through this unit. So what do we actually have in the box? This Nuviz unit is pretty awesome, but you have the unit here. Well, what comes in here? Well, let's check it out. Let's see what you actually get. This is actually a fairly nice looking box. Nuviz. Here's a part number, X001L1BOM1. What does it say on the back? It is compatible with the App Store and Google Play, so you got your Android and your iPhone. That's also kind of neat. Let's get into the box. Let's see what it do. Okay. Magnetic tab here. You have your quick start guide. I'm sure all your instructions. A little dirty, that's kind of weird. And here's the guts of the beast. You have the Nuviz with your heads-up display in here. Power. All your little doodads to pull off. Looks like this is your sticky 3M tape. Little grill. That's this. Nothing else in there of importance. You have your little Nuviz remote control with your battery. Okay, we have, let's see, we have a battery here, your connector. This looks like this is your utility to open up either the battery or, you know, the back plate for this. What is this? Oh, just a cover when your Nuviz is off so you don't damage it. Okay, let's see what's in here. I guess a carrying pouch for it. You gotta have stickers. That's the most important part here. Looks like a legal guide. Don't kill yourself and try to sue us. There's a nice little pouch. Kind of heavy duty. Oh, a little cleaning cloth built inside, it looks like. Or keep your little extra doodads in here. It's not too shabby. Put this back in here. Okay. Of course, you know what? It's just like normal. You pull it out. You can never fold it back the way that you got it. I'm sure this flap was supposed to. It doesn't even fucking matter. I mean, honestly, it doesn't. But to me, I like to mess with shit and then, you know, all that good stuff. Okay. So that's that. So what's in here? Okay, so here is your mounting piece. This is part of your mounting piece for the remote control. That's what these pieces are. Here's another section of that. And then here is your earpiece that would go into your helmet. And it's actually kind of nice. These are much smaller than the ones that come with the Cena. So that's kind of nice. It should fit in there a lot easier. And that is everything that you get. That's actually pretty nice. Overall, it's a nice quality kit that they put together. I mean, all of this doesn't mean anything if it doesn't look good. So, you know, it's going to be kind of hard for me to do a video. You know, let's just take this off. So this piece moves a little bit, so that way you can get it a little bit more oriented to your eye. But as you see here, we obviously have a helmet, so it's going to mount somewhere around here. I mean, obviously you don't want it too far forward. You're going to want it off to the side, but you're going to have to read the instructions to figure out exactly how this is supposed to be set up. But that's the next step. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, Triumph owners, in the process of installing that Nuviz heads-up display, I did find a problem. You actually have this remote. Now, this remote is technically supposed to be mounted, you know, right around here. So right around where your hand would be. So you can be on the throttle and just hit the little buttons. Actually, it's supposed to be this way. So you can hit the buttons while you're riding and keep your hand on the handlebar. But the problem is you get this piece here. So this is supposed to go right here, has a bracket, and then this attaches to it. But this is supposed to go all the way down. Like if you actually look at the instructions, it's supposed to slide all the way down in between the grip and actually attach to the bar, and you push it because it has 3M adhesive tape up against this piece. Well, the problem is this is 3/4 of an inch. This on the Triumph Bobber is an inch. So this will not fit. Your only other option is to mount it onto the tank. If you had a piece here that was really flat, you would surface mount it here. That's just not going to work. I mean, I could potentially stick it here, but I mean, that really makes no sense. I don't plan, I mean, imagine reaching while you're actually riding. That's stupid. I mean, you could put it here, but again, that's just dumb because then you're not going to be able to read your stuff. So what I actually did here is I mounted it to the mirror. I think this is a perfect location because when you're riding, like right now, I'm sitting here, I can see part of my arm, you know, on this side and on this side, but it really doesn't block too much of my mirror. I can still utilize my mirror. So if I was to install this and turn it, I mean, that's what you have. So even though I do kind of have to take my hand off of the handlebar, I mean, it's right there. So if all of a sudden somebody got in front of me, I can grab my handlebar really quick. If I had it here on the tank, you know, I'm going to be, you know, hand completely off the handlebar and messing with it, and then I'd have to jerk my hand over. So this, I can do it with my pinky, you know, do the throttle or the toggle switch, just back and forth, hit these two buttons. It's actually going to work out quite nicely. The other thing that I didn't factor in was I have my Honda. So when I decide to ride my Honda, I'm going to have to buy another mount for this so that way I can control the heads-up display. Otherwise, it only comes with one, so I'm going to have to contact the manufacturer and buy another one of these mounts so I can either mount it on another location. On this one, I may just put it right in between, I shouldn't say right in between, right underneath the speedometer, because it's not going to be in the way of anything. And I know that goes completely against what I just said about, you know, removing your hand from here, but I have the same issue with that one as I have with this one. Is this piece to mount it is for 3/4 inch bar, and as you can see here, this is an inch bar. It's not going to work at all. Okay, another issue that I found, sorry that this is so close to my face and we're in my kitchen, but another issue that I found was that the contour of my helmet didn't actually work with the base of the heads-up display with the Nuviz. So I actually had to mold my own base, that way it'll attach to the helmet correctly. If you want to see what that looks like, let me show you. Okay, so what I've done is there's the connector that's removable from the, will you be quiet? My dog's making noise, and it's Halloween candy in case you want some. But I took the piece that comes off that you detach from the heads-up display, and there's a protective cover. So I just wrap that in this tape, that way it doesn't get damaged by the putty, because it's basically epoxy. You mix two pieces together and then you mold it. So then I place that flat against the putty and then squish the putty down as much as I could, mold it around the side, and I'm waiting for it to dry. So once it dries, I can take all of this off, put the 3M tape that actually comes in the kit, put it on there, and then I can attach everything.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm not really sure what to do now. I'm just going to have to take this thing out on the road, give it a test, see what it can do. Until then, you know, if you were looking for a video that's actually going to show you all the different buttons and all that kind of stuff and how it looks, and that's not my videos. I'm sorry, I don't do that kind of stuff, mainly because I'm not that smart in setting up a video system to allow me to do that. If you want to check out the device, if you want to see all the features, go to ridenuviz.com. I will put a description here, not a description, a little click, a little link. You can click on it. It'll take you to the website. Hopefully it takes you to the website. I'm kind of new to YouTube. Obviously, these are not very polished videos. But in any case, thanks for checking out my video. Again, I hope I'll have some updates for you tomorrow, and hopefully I have a rave review of this thing. If you haven't already done so, please click the like button, subscribe. If you have any questions, put them down below. I will be more than happy to answer those questions. Maybe click on one of these other videos and see if there's anything else that you like. If you want to see something specific, if you want to look at something on this device, like, hey, does it have this or does it have that? Shoot me a message. I'll be happy to take some close-up pictures and let you know. All right, until next time.